Graphic design is an ocean. You cannot swim it in a day or so. As a beginner, you'll make a lot of mistakes, and it takes a long time to learn the nooks and corners. But you don't have to worry about that. Hi, this is Praveen from PicMaker. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that will help you to design like a pro. Stick with me till the end, and I'm sure that the last tip will be a game changer for you. For this tutorial, I'm going to use a do-it-yourself design software called PicMaker that allows you to create stunning designs in minutes. Sign in or sign up to PicMaker using your credentials. First things first, I'd like to add typeface and fonts. Before we get into that, it's essential that you understand the difference between them. A typeface is a collection of font, while a font is just a modified version of the typeface. As you can see, Lato is the typeface, and Lato Light, Bold and Black are the modified version of Lato. To find different fonts of the same typeface, head to the drop-down and type the name of the typeface. You'll see all the related fonts here, but selecting the right font for your design is hard. To find the right font, you need to follow 3 simple steps. Step 1. Understand the purpose of your design. Choosing your font depends on your design and purpose. If you are going to design something for wedding, use something classy like serif or floral font. On the other hand, if you are creating something for your business, it must look professional. In that case, use some professional fonts like this. Every font has a purpose. Be wise when you are choosing a font for your design. Step 2. Choose a primary font. Once you find the purpose, choose a primary font for your design. This primary font will be used on your headlines and titles. It will influence the mood and feel of your design. You can start by choosing a serif or a sans font. So what's the difference between serif and sans? The small line of extension is the only difference. Apart from that, they have no major difference between themselves. With that said, here is the small list of all the fonts that you can use as your primary. As you can see at the top, all these fonts are available in PicMaker. Step 3. Choose a contrasting secondary font. Your secondary font should complement your primary font. It shouldn't be similar to the family of your primary font. That's how you make your design look interesting. Here is an example. Lato, which is the primary font, looks similar to this secondary font. So it looks plain. Now let's replace the font with something that looks different from the primary font. Doesn't it look much better now? This is exactly what you should aim for with your font choices. You should look for a secondary font that complements your primary font. Bonus tip. Change the spacing and alignment of your font. The same font can be customized to look completely different. For that, select the text and click on the line height at the top. As you tweak the line height and character spacing, the font looks different. Here is an example from PicMaker templates. This YouTube banner template has just one font for both its primary and secondary. The font used here is Montserrat Black, but the font on the title looks different than that of the name. If you are wondering how a design team made the same font different, here's your answer. They have used PicMaker's line height and character spacing feature. One small modification and now the font looks totally different. Now that you learned all about typefaces and fonts, it's time for tip 2. Use the right scale for each text. What do we mean by scale for text? Let's consider this poster as an example. Take a good look at this poster and you'll understand how each text is scaled in this design. The words psycho-magician are the largest, followed by all other text. Each piece of text has its role to play in your design. You should scale the text based on its importance and function in the design. The title text is the largest, followed by the organization name, short description, and the address. Here's another poster template designed by our team. We are able to derive the same pattern from the poster. The name of the event has been scaled to the highest size. It is followed by the cost of the event, after which it is a tie between the name of the organization and the address. From this short analysis, you can get an idea of how a text element must be scaled on your design. For posters, this might be the event name and the title. For flyers, this might be your offer, discount, or name of your organization. For YouTube thumbnails, this might be the title of your video. Positive and negative space. Positive space refers to the space occupied by the object, while negative space refers to the space which is not occupied by the object. Have a look at this template. The area outside the text and image is the negative space, and the area which is occupied by the text and image is the positive space. This is how a YouTube thumbnail would look like if you didn't pay importance to proper spacing. Do you see how cramped it has become by scaling up the text and adding extra words? You can clearly see the difference here. You don't need to be a pro designer to create stunning graphics. I hope the tips that I shared in this video will help you to level up your design. Out of the 3 tips, which one are you going to use in your next design? Let me know in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you don't want to miss the upcoming tutorials. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.